What's up, guys? Your girl Luca here, back again with another Scum on One. And it is actually a Scum on One because nobody is here. But it is good to see you guys. I know you guys can't see me, but I can see y'all. And yeah, let's get it popping. There are several things I would like to cover today. Most of them having to do with Hogwarts Legacy and the reviews for Hogwarts Legacy, my impressions of Hogwarts Legacy, and also the very interesting and very fun backlash that has occurred because of Hogwarts Legacy. But before we get into that, let me just say hi to people in my chat. What's up, Stardust, Rob, Spencer, Arcade, Max? What's up, guys? How y'all doing this very fine evening? All right, let me go ahead and tweet this out. That is the wrong button. Hogwarts Legacy. Oh man, it has been a very long, very interesting week when it comes to this game. Honestly speaking, this game is shaping out to be probably one of the best-selling games this year. I am assuming solely based on the Steam numbers and the fact that Twitch broke its records in regards to people watching the game. I would be very shocked if this game did not end up selling quite a bit. So I'm definitely happy for Portkey Games and Avalanche. And honestly speaking, I think they deserve what in the world? Oh, what's up, Slow?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Chilling.
No, what's up, King Metrotron, Spider Man? Wow, what an astute observation, Spider Man. Yes. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just over here, just amazed at black jeans. That's all. Just amazed at the ability to uh get better like a fine wine with age. Just amazing. But no, I'm doing good. How are you? How are you, Luca?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. Just over here, I just got done playing some Hogwarts Legacy, and that's been very fun. So, how about you? What have you been up to?
I mean, playing games for the most part. I played some Hogwarts Legacy a little bit earlier. I actually made a second character, and the second character I made is Ravenclaw. Like I forced them into Ravenclaw because, of course, they were just like, "You can't fool us. You're still Slytherin, slow mo." So it's just like, all right, whatever. But I made a second character that I wanted to do like a different, just because I wanted to see what like it would be like in a different house, see what the differences are. They do at least give you different like characters to meet.
Mm-hmm.
So I did Ravenclaw, and I didn't get that far, but like I went back to my Slytherin playthrough, put on all of my dark arts swag. Had me by myself look real evil, yet also real like somebody to be messed with, dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So and then I beat up some troll that jumped up in Hogsmeade, started slapping mages around. I had to start slapping him around. It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I am about 3 hours and some change in myself, and I am enjoying myself quite a bit. So, shout out to Brandon, who's been a member for 23 months, saying, I love Scumcast. Scumcast loves you too, my boy. What's up, Sly Gamer? What's up, Flame, Raja, Victor? Yeah, I'm enjoying Hogwarts Legacy. Max says, I appreciate that you can actually make a black character or black people in Hogwarts Legacy. What's up, General Spartan? What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? So yeah, no, honestly speaking, I let's talk about the reviews first. So Hogwarts Legacy has scored quite well to the surprise of many of us, including myself. I didn't actually expect it to review well, mostly because I was expecting what we're currently getting now, which is these absolutely ridiculous reviews that are coming out from places like the Wired. So currently, Hogwarts Legacy sits at an 85 for PS5 on Metacritic with 68 critic reviews, and for the score for the user reviews, It is 9.2 with 1,606 ratings. So people seem to be really enjoying this game. I'm really enjoying this game. It's definitely not what I expected. To be fair, I didn't really look into the game before I got it. I saw one trailer that intrigued me and I was like, okay, yeah, I think that's enough to get me in it, right? So I decided to pick it up and actually got it gifted to me. So shout out to that person. And yeah, I'm enjoying myself a lot. I mean, listen, there there are some disingenuous reviews going out talking about how uh perhaps this game is lazy in several elements, and I just don't really see it myself. Even with the start screen in which, the book flies around you, and that's such a cool animation, you know what I'm saying, before you start the game. And then you could see the love and care and detail in the environment. Like they really went all out with everything. And the fact that, even entering your rooms, if you uh, go into a different house. It's amazing, and I can. They did a fantastic job, especially with like that character creator. It's one of the most um interesting character creators when it comes to the diversity of races and ethnicities that you can make this. So I think that's pretty
They
cool in
they
itself, and
did they
you
did
can tell that they care.
black hair correctly, which
Yes.
I respect because there's plenty of developers that show their lack of attention to detail when it comes to that. When you see other kinds of hair look have all kinds of detail and shine, and they look like they really painstakingly made sure the hair looked good, and then you see the black hair, and it's just like black cotton candy,
Mhm.
stuck on the bald head, or
Or
just
a
like
nice little fade.
yeah, or the cornrows because they got those Negroes love cornrows, so we
Hmm.
used to have some really fuzzy looking cornrows up there. What
Yes,
are you doing?
very much so, like a diversity of like characters that you can make there in regards to the hair as well. So shout out to Enrique with super chat saying Luca. Also shout out to King KD. But yeah,
I don't know who King KD is. Is somebody in the chat named King KD?
I don't know what y'all
Uh,
are referring to, so we can
yeah, I
just
don't
move
know.
on.
I have no idea. But shout out to Enrique. What's up? What's up,
Yes, what's
Enrique?
up, RWK, Brisky, Phil, Meat Puppet, Drawn TJ, Butch, Tando, what's up, Vil? What's up, guys? Flame,
Dylan, what's
Elijah.
up?
Yeah. Yeah, so honestly speaking, in that regard, I'll give my impressions there. The gameplay and the combat is actually a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really enjoying it. I like the way that you learn the spells as well. I like that you are learning more spells as time goes on. There is a lot to discover, and there's a lot of cool stuff that's in a Hogwarts Castle that I've seen so far. And I like the characters that we've met. Like I like Nadi and I like Sebastian.
I like Nadi as well. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I chose her as the person to escort me around Hogsmeade instead of
Sebastian.
Sebastian. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
chose Sebastian mostly because, like, since we're both in Slytherin, I just figured I'm like, okay, I'll go with the Slytherin guy. You know?
yeah. I was still like, man, above that. I like Nadi. I was like,
Yeah, like
come on now. Yeah, even though you're Gryffindor, I don't care. It was. Uh, um, I think I probably will on my other playthrough choose the Slytherin dude just to kind of see what's different. But probably not much.
yeah,
But
I mean,
yeah.
I like Sebastian. I think he's a good character. I've spent more time with him than Nadi so far, and like, listen, he's real ride or die. He's like a G, and I can tell that already. So I'm,
Have
uh,
you done the Fight Club yet?
yeah,
Yeah, I did the Fight Club too. Yeah, that
yeah.
was that was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Like there are different ways that you can play the game in regards to the spell casting. So you could tell that they put a lot of thought and energy into that. I know some people were, I mean, I guess critiquing the spells because folks were like, "Oh, there's only 26 spells. There's other games that do more." Da, da, da. I'm just like, that's fine. Like I'm good with the amount of spells that we're gonna get with this game overall because they're fun spells, man. And you don't really need all that extra stuff. I mean, would it be cool? Absolutely. But especially since this is a game that has an established lore, um, it's something to take note of as well. Though
Hmm.
I did hear that they've changed a couple of things in the lore, but I don't know anything about Harry Potter other than what I've seen in the movies, so I
Oh,
wouldn't
they
be
they
able to
change.
point it out.
Where did they change?
I don't know.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's just what I heard. People said that they've changed a few things with the lore, and I don't know what they could have changed because I don't know anything about Harry Potter lore. So yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm enjoying those elements and that aspect of it as well. And the story is interesting as well. It's like you trying to figure out the mystery of why you were called to this school. Like, why are you? First of all, what's up with our character? Why are you showing up randomly at Hogwarts as a fifth year? What's going on there? Like, what's up with the character's past? I want to know about that. I don't know if we'll find out about it, but I'm curious about that. You know, you seem to have an aptitude with magic and spells. Like, of course, you're the main character, so perhaps that's why it's like that, right? But it's that, and then you know, it's just really good overall, and I'm having a really good time with it. This game is widespread in the sense that like I was talking to my mom today and I was like, "Oh, I'm playing a Harry Potter game." She's like, "Oh, what are you playing? Like, what's it called?" I was like, "Oh, Hogwarts Legacy." She's like, "Oh, I saw an ad for that." I was just like, "Okay, all
Hmm.
right." So, they're really getting that name out there, and regardless of how everyone may feel about it, or maybe younger people don't really understand this, like Harry Potter was a global phenomenon for a very, very long time. And it still has a lot of love and support from people to this day, regardless of anything that may have been said by the creator. So,
Yeah, I mean, I mean, like we talked about before with the combat. I'm really enjoying the combat, even though it's like there's nothing very like complex about it or anything like that. It's fairly basic. Like hold down right trigger or L2, choose a spell, and but like those spells actually make sense in the sense of combat. Like when a enemy has their guard up, you to do the levioso to kind of basically disarm them before using your basic attack spell attack to do damage. It's pretty simple. They introduce things pretty seamlessly, like in that troll attack on Hogsmeade. Now all of a sudden I'm like levitating like things in the environment and throwing them at the troll, and I'm like, okay. I mean, like they introduced it like as soon as the battle happened, and then it's just just hit right bumper to do that. I
mhm.
mean, the combat's pretty easy to pick up and put down. So I think for a game like this, where you're going to have a lot of people who are non gamers jumping into it, you want to have a system that's easy to pick up and learn.
That's a good point.
Compared to something that might be a bit more complex. And the most of the people I've seen complaining about the combat have been mostly been people trying to compare it to other games and trying to help other games look better when they those games are not looking that great. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Ultimately, I mean, are you really enjoying yourself or
Yeah, yeah,
dead? Yeah.
yeah.
Just reading the comments. Max says comment reminds me of a fighting game and it's actually deep and expressive compared to some actual fighting games. Is it? What's
Mm.
a Penta? What's a Viper? Saying that there needs to be a Lord of the Rings game done in a similar way. Victor says, yeah, people are mad because the author wasn't involved. Yeah, it would have been cool, but that would have increased the budget like crazy. What's up, Sycamore? What's up, Geeked? Um, what's up, Jack? What's goody? Yeah, so Victor says I was fortunate enough to buy the edition that granted me early access, and it's been so much fun. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it as well. So, honestly speaking, yeah, what's up, Sycamore? Honestly speaking, it's a quality game. It's absolutely a quality game, and it's not like it is not like what some people have been claiming it is. And honestly speaking, guys, the backlash that's occurred because of this game has been absolutely ridiculous. Like people are so dramatic about it that it makes me roll my eyes into oblivion. Like it's not that big of a deal. Um, and if you had like I'm sorry, but if your emotional stability is tied to what happens on the internet, perhaps it may do you some good to log off the internet for a bit and invest in yourself, so you're not so prone to falling into a fit of hysterics just at the thought of somebody picking this game up, because there have been a couple of posts that have had me say, very odd response to all of this. Plus, there's been a lot of hypocrisy in this space where people are like, "Oh, if you're a bad person if you buy this game," only to find out that a couple years prior they were talking about, "You're not a bad person if you want to play a game that has a sketchy thing surrounding it." I'm just like, so
Hmm.
what is it?
Very
Which one
convenient.
is it, man? And
Yeah, people are very conveniently pick and choose when they want to jump on their soapbox and be, Mr. Moral High Ground. But it always seems to be about a game or a title that they don't care about, that they make those stances. Very, very likely, if there was no controversy for this game, these people would not have bought it anyway.
mhm,
So they were never interested to begin with. So it was easy to be really like, how dare you play this game, how dare you spend money on this, think about what you're doing to this community. It's easy to have that kind of talk about content you weren't going to buy to begin with. It's easy because you're not really losing anything, you're
mhm,
not making any sacrifices. But then when like literally every single person that has jumped out there like that, those people have had tweets thrown in their face, which shows them to be a hypocrite. Because hey, a year or two ago, you were saying the exact opposite about Dragon's Quest.
mhm.
You were saying the exact opposite about other games out there.
Saying
It's
different things
just
about Overwatch, where you're claiming like, oh, I know that the developers behind Overwatch are doing heinous stuff over there at Activision Blizzard, but you can still enjoy the game. Like stuff like that, man. And but
yeah.
now it's like, oh no, you're just a bad person. Like I just think that it's really reductive to claim that people are bad just because they want to play a game. It's so dumb. And it's just like, also, you're not a good person just because you choose not to play this game. If that's so the case, it's like we as humans are nuanced individuals. Many things can exist at the same time. And at the end of the day, this is a fun game. I'm enjoying myself. Um, if I can somehow find a way to live in this world and consume products that are made by sexist and racist, I think others should, you know, perhaps, not if not for themselves. If you don't want to consume certain products, that's perfectly fine. But I don't feel the need to judge others for it, mostly because I don't really care what other people are doing. So,
Right.
what's up, singer?
What's up? What's up?
So
And then okay, so let's go over some of these responses that I've seen from some of these folks. So shout out to this chick here. And I've been seeing a lot of only people that you follow and mention can reply, which of course, right? This chick's a pretty big person on Twitter. She's got almost 100,000 followers, right? She posted this where she's like, this is on the 7th. She talks about how seeing the Twitch viewer count, which was at 1.2 million at a point, right? But seeing the Twitch viewer count for Hogwarts Legacy makes me feel ill. So many of you just do not care, and it sucks. It's not the people who actively want people like me dead who make it impossible to live. It's the people like you who just do nothing. And she goes on a little bit of a spiel about it, and it's just for me. I'm just like, this is so hyperbolic in my opinion. Like, I think it's a fucking video game. It's not like people are actively standing by as folks are um like lynching folks, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like anyone is just chilling in the car, minding their business and watching trans people get beat up. Like it's playing a game. And she continues with she's like, I can't stop you for what you need to do to make a living, but I'm not your conscience, but I can judge it. I can call you bastards for not listening to it, and I can promise you no queer person will ever look at you the same again because you've shown what matters to you. Gonna expand here, and it's a little grim to say what I mean when I say it's impossible to live. I mean, when we wake up and we think shit like "I want to die," and you see stats about trans people having way higher rates of suicide, it's because of things like this. People like you who do nothing, mind you. I'm sure she does genuinely feel this way, but this right here is attempt at emotional manipulation. It's like it's attempting to put people who decide to buy a product, um, make them feel guilty about the statistics of trans people who choose to commit suicide based on the discrimination that they face. And I'm just like, I feel like, again, that's fairly reductive. Um, and I also think it's a little bit rude and dismissive to even state that the reason that some trans people are choosing to end their lives has to do with folks wanting to play a video game. I even like saying that statement sounds absolutely ridiculous, and it's just kind of like, I think the people who chose to unalive themselves. I don't know if seeing folks playing a video game is what pushed them to the edge, but if that was the case, clearly there were other issues, other
Right.
issues pertaining to their mental health that led to that. And it was just kind of that ended up being like the final trigger for them because they were already mentally unstable. Choosing to end your life, you have to be in a very, very dark place and you're not thinking rationally or clearly. So I don't like the fact that she tried to put this on people, this inactivity. And it also goes into like there are other instances of inactivity, but it's like, it's inactivity regarding uh acts of violence being played out in front of you. It's kind of that kind of stuff that you see. And I'm just over here like, girl, people are just buying a game. People are just buying a game. Like, what are you even talking about here? And she's like, people who say the most vile and evil shit towards us, it bounces off of us easily. I mean, I don't really think it does, but continue. Because they're vile and evil. It's the people who stand in your corner 1 minute and let the bad stuff through for a quick buck that get to you. It's the friends and family who tell you that they understand what you're going through and have you over for Christmas dinner, but blindly help fund the causes that want you to suffer because their childhood memories are more important to them than than the thing that makes you want to die.
That's oddly specific. Are they talking about a certain person there? It seems like they're pointing a finger at specifically somebody or taking a shot at someone, you know.
I mean, like, again, you clearly have to have some other issues going on if this is your breaking point, you know? Like,
Hmm.
this is absolutely listen, at the end of the day, the person who's in charge of your mental health and your mental well-being is yourself, okay? And I'm speaking as someone who has mental health issues, a variety of them. At the end of the day, I realize that the only person who was going to help me get better was me. I wasn't going to go around blaming other people anymore for my own issues and my inability to regulate or control my emotions. I realized for myself, like, I am spiraling. I don't want to spiral. I want to get better, or I want to at least be at this point where I am neutral so I don't feel like offing myself every 5 minutes. So let me go ahead and start working towards that. I'm not looking online and seeing, oh my God, I can't believe they're playing this game. That one, I can't believe it. I can't believe they got this game. They must want me to die. They must want me to unalive myself because these people want to play a video game. So therefore, that automatically means that they hate me. Yeah, they hate me. So I'm going to go kill myself. I'm like, all right, well, girl, clearly there are some other issues going on. She continues with, it's logging on to Twitch to see folks you've spent months cheering on in the competitive scene. And yeah, she's talking about someone specific, Slow, because
Hmm.
you thought you liked them as people. You admired their hard work, only to see them completely ignore your plight. She was probably in the chat expressing her concerns when it matters that make you wonder why bother even. That's what I mean by that. You're not part of the problem as much as you're the part that makes it a problem. I'm like, girl,
That's the same thing.
and you know what's it's really sad because like when I was reading through the quotes, people are like, we don't care. Like we don't care. Okay? Like let that shit go. And for me, I just feel um this immense feeling of annoyance because it's like things like this and things that have been happening all week, all you do with stuff like this, you are further alienating yourself. And there are people who are like, well, if folks want to stop supporting trans people based on what's happening, then their allyship was never worth anything. I'm just like, you have to understand that when it comes to the wide variety of social plights that exist, one that folks are most ignorant on are issues regarding gender identity and transphobia. People are fairly ignorant on those causes. So stuff like this where it's like you have people championing um sending death threats, which that's not what she's doing. I'm speaking in general, right? There are people who are doing that. There are people who are championing sending harassment to folks because of this. People are spoiling the game, which is like whatever, right? But and then there are people like her where she's putting this blanket blame on folks, like, and putting her own mental struggles and the mental struggles and pain of trans people who choose to end their lives based on a wide variety of issues and not solely just because of this game. That's what she's putting on people. And it's when I see stuff like this, I'm just like, I just don't understand how they don't understand the harm that they're doing to their own community. And the replies I've seen from people and the quotes, again, like the folks who would have perhaps felt even a smidgen of empathy towards you, and the folks who were feeling guilty about playing this game that you guys completely dismiss, because an apology is not enough when it comes to this, not just the trans community, but the community that is on a certain side of the political aisle, right? You know, you apologize to these people and it's not enough. You posture, it's not enough. They find something to hate you on. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So it's just like those people that might have had a smidge of empathy, you know, they don't care anymore, because there's only so much and so long as you can be called a bigot before people are like, the word loses its meaning. They're like, okay, whatever, I guess I'm a bigot then, and they move on with their lives. Like, they just like, I'm gonna continue doing what I got to do and I'm gonna move on, you know what I'm saying? um it is what it is, man. It definitely is what it is. Think it's I think it's sad. I think this entire thing that's happened is very sad, and I don't uh I don't know what's wrong with any of these people. And I feel like, I don't know, like it's weird stuff going on when it comes to all of this, and a lot of people are being like just having like these weird hot takes about it as well. Luca was laying down in the middle of a Hot Wheels racetrack, ready to end it all. You already know, you know what's up. You know, okay, so shout out to Phil saying the same group was cool with Cho Chang and Shacklebone. Man, that's actually a fantastic point. So y'all just noticed the books are quote unquote problematic. Like, if you really sit down and think of it, the book has so many characters with ridiculous names, and there's like no people of color who have any prominent roles in
Nope.
the books. There's no one who is gay or LGBT, part of the LGBT community that's in the books. That wasn't a fucking problem at all. Like, even though these are very obvious things that are, it has like the Harry Potter books have a very distinct lack of diversity, but that was never an issue. It wasn't an issue for people when the books, that is, became very, very, very popular in the global phenomenon, and the quote unquote anti-Semitism that people associate with the goblins in the books. Oh, that wasn't a problem either. It wasn't a problem until JKR opened her mouth, or well, she tweeted in 2019, and now suddenly all of these issues with these books come out, just happen to come out. When did Harry Potter come out? Hold on.
Oh man, I'm thinking early 2000s.
It had to have been early 2000s, because I was in elementary school. My grandpa tried to get me to read the books, and I was like, nope, I'm not reading that shit. Harry Potter books.
First one was called Chamber of Secrets, right?
The first one was called The Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, good grief. Whoops.
The Chamber of Secrets was the second one.
Okay.
Sorcerer's Stone. Okay, so, no,
the movie came out in 2001,
which means the books would have come out in, let's see here, 1997. So yeah, wow, what a quick turnaround for a movie release. These books were very, very popular, but no one had any issues with any of this shit until JKR opened their mouth about trans people. So like the blatant racism, lack of diversity, the anti-Semitism, not a problem. But she starts talking about trans people, and suddenly y'all remember that the books are fucking quote unquote problematic. Like, I need y'all to start being serious for one goddamn second here. Really, just start being serious for one goddamn second. At the end of the day, it's you people who made this shit fucking popular. I didn't buy these fucking books, dude. My mom did. She bought several copies actually for herself and my sister, because I wasn't gonna read this shit. You know, I saw the movies, but again, like, I've never been a huge Harry Potter fan. Like, I've never been
the books are poorly written. I mean, I've said this before. They're poorly written. books. I
Well, yeah,
mean,
I have no interest in them. I didn't dress up like these people did. I didn't go to any of these fucking events and like I don't know anything about Harry Potter other than what I've seen in the movies. So I wasn't part of that like global phenomenon where I'm just like this shit is so awesome. Now, if we were to talk about Twilight and Stephanie Meyer being problematic, I will acknowledge that I was a big fan of Twilight. But again, I was in middle
also
school,
poorly
so
written.
I was in middle school, so I'm giving myself a pass for that. I was a kid. So, anyway, but I wasn't a big fan of the Harry Potter franchise outside of me enjoying the movies, right? So for me, I'm just kind of like, all right, so all of these issues that are going on, it's just a bunch of posturing. It's a bunch of people who are pandering to I don't know. I don't know what they're pandering for. Like what I don't know what's the end goal. Like a pat on the back by folks on the internet. Um likes on Twitter don't really translate to anything like that matters other than I guess attention. There's no financial gain there, so I don't even know why people would care. You know what I'm saying? So maybe being popular on Twitter is the most important thing for these people, so that's why they choose. Maybe they just don't want to be quote unquote canceled by their own community. But again, if you have a community that's willing to cancel you if you don't fucking abide by everything they say, that sucks. And I wouldn't want to deal with that myself personally. Uh, oh, not my thing going up instead of down. Hold up. All right. Uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine, Flame. I mean, listen, man. As long as you enjoyed yourself, that's fine. Whatever. What's up, Mass? Again, like, if you want to talk about global phenomenons, I was part of the Twilight fandom. Okay, I was part of that fandom. So, no shame. I don't care. Like, I have no shame for that. So, anyway,
You should, but it's okay.
I definitely don't. But like, anyway. So, and Mass is like, they don't realize how counterproductive their stances are to their actual cause, which is, yeah, it's exactly what I've been saying. Let me know if you want to come on, by the way, Mass. But yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it. Like, they don't really understand the damage that they do to their own communities. And it's just kind of like, all right, well, sucks to suck, I guess, Ultimately, sucks to suck, I guess. I mean, Singer, do you have anything to say on this?
This whole thing it's the most ridiculous shit in the world because you have real world problems and then you have a video game. And okay, if you want to say, oh, there is all this anti-trans queer propaganda, real shit going on, but it's a video game. Separate the two things. Separate the person from the game. In the game, you're supposed to get away from the world, but you're bringing the world to the game. So, what are we doing? Like, games are supposed to be fun. Like, for the 2 hours you're playing God of War, you forget about some shit that's going on in the world, and then you have to go back to the regular day to day whatever. Um, and there's a bunch of people who are spoiling the game, and then there's all the people going crazy on the Steam forums. Have you seen that, Slomo? The Steam forums?
No, I'm not even looking. I choose not to because I saw two people earlier this week start to try to do spoilers on Twitter, and I blocked them immediately. I realized what they were attempting to do, and I didn't. And even with a screenshot of, I guess, the ending, I intentionally didn't look at it in detail. I blocked them, and backed out of the page. And after that, I just wasn't looking at anything that any like threads or anything like that in detail, because now I understand we've reached that point at this point. Okay, so me telling you to boycott it wasn't enough. You ignoring me and then me calling you a bigot wasn't enough. You're still ignoring me. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ruin the experience for you by spoiling the game. Like, it's like, how childish are
It
you
is
gonna
very
get?
much like the names are so listen, the names in Harry Potter are so ridiculous. When I was reading the spoilers, I'm like, I don't even know what any of this means. Who are these people? I don't know what this means. Like, I was thinking about the spoilers I saw as I was playing the game, and I'm just like, man, what did that spoiler say? Like, I don't even know. But shout out to Flame saying I haven't bought the game because it's $70. $70. But yeah.
You need to get it on PC.
Yeah. It's the cancel culture in the most literal sense imaginable. But yeah, you can't cancel an oncoming train, baby. Like, there's nothing any of us can do to stop this money and this money and popularity that's flowing towards Portkey Games and Avalanche Software and JKR. What's up? What's up, Mike? Like, the funny part. The funny part is that in order to spoil it, you have to invest time to find out more about it. Yeah, these people are obsessed, man. They're obsessed. Absolutely. Where is my phone?
To be honest, I think that's how it got 1.2 million views. Is because people are hate watching.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's the people enjoying the game, and then there's just all these people who are just hating the game. It's like it's the same shit. The same, like as we were discussing with Dead Space. It's
Oop,
the
my
same.
bad, buddy. Go ahead.
It's the same shit they find in that, like the whole bathroom and all that.
Which is absolutely another ridiculous thing to complain about. It's so
Like,
stupid.
is every single game gonna go through this now? Like every game's gonna be dissected to see if it meets a certain criteria.
These people they're obsessed,
no,
man.
not every game. No, it's just this game because like if they really cared about what they claim they care about, if they really were upset with what this game somehow represents based off of what Rawlings said and the fact that she's going to benefit from it, they would be going after any game where the money generated, the revenue generated, will be funneled back to organizations, people, countries that harm trans people, but they
Like
don't.
actively.
Like actively not saying something on the internet when people don't care about what you say 99% of the time. Nobody gives a crap what J.K. Rowling has to say. They wanted her to finish writing some books, some really poorly written books, and get up out of here. No one cares what she got to say. But actual countries and organizations that actually do harm to trans people, oh no, those are, I guess those are fine because you're not boycotting any of the games that their money is actually supporting in the development of. Or another one would be Resident Evil 4 remake, since Saudi Arabia owns 8% of Capcom. Where you at?
Because to
you're not
even
gonna
know
say
about
anything.
that, they'd have to invest some time and energy to look into it, which they've not done. They're
Not
only
done at all.
following, like they're only going by what other fake activists are saying in the community.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So we have this review here from Wired, which it was reviewed by some chick who does not review games, mind you, or I don't even know when the last time. Like I looked through her stuff, she does like top 5 for like appliances and other things as well.
Appliances.
And
That's a good way to put
I
it.
know
Yeah.
that. I mean, she does appliances as well. Like she did a coffee maker. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so she says that her name is Jaina or Miss Jaina Gray oh my goodness, Jaina Gray Rodriguez. She gave the game like a 1 out of 10 to try and lower her score. I don't think it worked though, but there's no magic in Hogwarts Legacy. The game is mid at best. Now, guys, what does mid mean typically?
Mediocre.
Yep.
Mediocre. And what is mediocre typically?
If you're gonna go, I have a scale of 10, 5.
All right, so
Between 5, it actually, depending on some people would say 7, but I would say probably 5 or 6 is mediocre.
Okay, so this game got a 1 out of 10 from her. Yeah.
Holy.
So a 1 is a complete failure in every way, which is objectively speaking not true.
Not
about
true
the game.
at all. No.
Like, here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, reviews are subjective. They are based on a person's opinion. They should be used as a guiding point, not the end all be all, right? I read through this review. I don't think she played the game. Guys,
no,
I don't think she played the game.
think she played the game either. No. She can't give you any detail about this game. She may have one paragraph in this game that actually in this review that actually talks about the game. Less than 10% of this review, I'll say with air quotes, is about the game. And what she says about the game, anybody could say that. And the majority of what she says is not true about the game. But like there's no actual detail in regards to gameplay. She says gameplay is dated. Dated how? No explanation. Graphics a couple generations behind. We know that's false.
That's 100%
That is
false.
100%
A
false.
hundred
Y- y-
percent
I
false.
mean, like we as gamers know where a couple generations gameplay behind is and what that looks like. And you're talking about Xbox 360 and PS3 levels. Your Xbox 360 or PS3 would melt trying to run a game that looks like this. That's
Hmm.
completely 1000% false. All the characters are one dimensional. Really, can you name one character that's one dimensional? She doesn't talk about a single character in this game.
I can't even like again. I'm thinking on the characters we've met so far. I don't know what she means by one dimensional. I just don't understand what she means by that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I don't understand what she means by anything that she mentions in this quote unquote review because she's not actually talking about the game. She's talking about her feelings about the game or feelings about
Hmm.
JKR, even. Apologies. But yeah, so she starts this listen. Okay, she starts it off. Yikes, y'all. Truly the mark of a good writer, right? But anyway, yikes, y'all. I don't even smoke and I feel like I need a cigarette before I get this thing started. We're here to discuss Hogwarts Legacy. And to do that, we must discuss the whole thing. Pull up a chair, pour yourself some tea, wrap yourself up in a blanket, scream into a pillow, or the abyss. Because this one's gonna take a lot out of both of us or get heavy. All right, then she starts talking about like what
Sounds very
Hogwarts.
objective to start, right?
Yeah, very, very emotional.
Hmm.
Not objective at all. So Hogwarts Legacy is a third person action RPG. She starts talking about that shit. And then she starts talking about like JKR. And then she starts talking about JKR writing Harry Potter. And then she's all like, JKR created a place where weird, lonely kids would be told they were special, where kids who had survived abuse were more than just fundamentally broken. Since 2019, though, the once beloved chosen author as well, she's had some opinions about people like me and whether or not we should exist. And she's even gone as far as to suggest that we're inherently dangerous and a threat to real, ouch, ouch, women everywhere. When I was a kid, every word that flowed from JKR's pen wrote magic
Oh
into my
my
world.
god. Where's the
But now,
violin
I
music? Hold
was
up.
actually thinking
Let me
that.
just start playing some violin music in the background.
But now every word she puts out just hurts my heart. Every homophobic or transphobic thing queer kids hear growing up becomes a voice that follows them for a long time. We hear relatives, friends, and parents say awful things about us and to us. For a lot of us, we fight those voices every day. When one of those voices comes from the author who taught you about accepting yourself, a person you thought truly saw you and kids like you, it hurts in a way I honestly hope she never understands because I would not wish this on anyone. Mind you, this is a review for the game. I want you guys to understand that this is a review for a video game. All right. Now, I may be taking the piss out of this article. I may be being very facetious and acting like an asshole, right? But at the end of the day, however she may feel is completely valid. I'm not going to take that away from her. I'm sure she is heartbroken that someone that she admired turns out to have said some things that she doesn't agree with inherently and make her feel like she's not important as a person. I think that she should do some self reflection and perhaps reevaluate the amount of power that she gives outside influences and their ability to affect how she feels about herself. Personally, that's what I think that she should do. Because myself, like when I was younger, I definitely was more inclined to be influenced by like outside things. I allowed things like forms of media to severely affect my mental state, and I realized I was like, oh, that's actually not like a good thing. Let me work on that, and that's what I've been doing these past few years. There is like no creator or author or actor or any person behind any piece of medium that has the ability to affect how I feel about myself, regardless of if they came out and said something sketchy. You know what I'm saying? Now maybe it's because I am jaded as a person. Okay, I've been in this community for far too long and I've seen the worst that humanity has to offer. I'm being facetious again. But like I think a lot of it is just because for me, I don't idolize people to that degree any longer. You know what I'm saying? Like I stopped doing that a very long time ago. I had to have still been a teenager when I was still allowing things to affect me to this degree, right? And this chick, from what I've seen of her picture, she looks like a grown ass woman. You know what I'm saying? You can never really be sure about how old people are, right? But she looks like she's old enough to have at least invested some time in property. I don't know, but for me, I was just kind of like, again, you are perfectly fine to feel however you want to feel, but this is not the right or appropriate setting for it, in my opinion. Now she's like, I don't hate her, but it would be easier if I did. Inside me somewhere, there's a kid who still loves her despite everything. That kid has a lot of experience loving people who hurt her. She never asks why. She just wants to know what she did wrong and how she can fix it. It's hard to tell her that there's nothing left to fix. And that there are some places we can't return to. Places
What is
like
going on
Hogwarts.
right now?
I'm like, girl. Okay, you can stop with the music. I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, I need you to start being serious for one goddamn fucking second.
You know, the funny thing is this music is called Cry Hard Alone. Because I'm sorry, because that's what she needs to do. She needs to cry hard alone to get over it. But
She
yeah,
needs to invest in some more therapy if she's not already there, right? No, I've seen what she reviews, y'all. I've seen what she reviews. I know what's up. But and then she starts talking about the books coming out and like again, just more of her fucking feel. This is a game review. This is a game review that's going to count towards the score on Metacritic. Please understand that, okay? This is a fucking game review. And she starts talking about more things involving her childhood and school fair and like things that she loved about the Prisoner of Azkaban. And then she's all like, I avoided press about Hogwarts Legacy when it was first announced. I didn't want to see the gameplay. I didn't want to be awed by the trailers. I avoided them like the plague because I was afraid that I would be conflicted, that I would see a game that captured the magic of the books and my heart would leap out of my chest. I was afraid to see the lavish visuals of the films recreated on modern gaming hardware, realized in 4K and full HDR. I was afraid that I would have to tell 12-year-old me that you can't play this game and then explain why. So when I got the code for Hogwarts Legacy, I braced myself. Mind you guys, I don't believe this shit for one goddamn second.
not even
not even one goddamn second, okay? And let me tell y'all why. We're just
not
gonna
even a little
listen.
bit.
I'm gonna pull up Miss Yaina Gray, okay? All right, this is Yaina Gray. She is a product writer and reviewer at Wired. She covers coffee, sex tech, and gaming. Okay. These are the things that she's reviewed, guys. We're just gonna do a slow crawl. Okay. This is what she's been reviewing the last few weeks. Now, please, there's what was it? Musical chairs. Sit in the chair when you see something involving video games. Okay. Sit in the chair when you see something involving video games. The music will stop. I'll stop scrolling. Oh, okay. 10 great games you can play on your next-gen consoles. December 14th, 2022. All right, let's see when the next one was. Okay, guys.
You should be using more lube.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, PC Gamer, November 5th and November 10th, talked about things related to gaming, okay? November 4th, okay? All right, so, more stories, okay? We're just loading, we're loading. All right, best mouse, okay? Best game controller, all right. Next gen games for PlayStation, October 9th, okay? Do you guys see any game reviews on here?
Nope.
I mean, perhaps I'm blind. Perhaps I'm blind right now. Maybe
I can also tell
any game reviews here.
I can also tell the kind of writer she is for Wired is the kind of the spam writer. Remember how we were when I think it was a big deal when IGN lowered the amount of money they were going to pay independent writers that would like write articles for IGN, and people were up in the uproar for these writers. They had no idea who they were, but then like if you listen to a lot of the people in games media who were talking, they were just like, this is the kind of stuff that they write. Like, that thing she had where it was like 10 games for your PlayStation 5. Like, you know how easy that is to write that? Just go down a list of PlayStation games and just say, hey, there's this, and just take the description of the game and then write something like, change the words up a little bit, and now you got an article. Like, the fact that they get paid so little is the reason why they make the kind of content that they make. Is they don't get paid per click, they get paid per article. So if you're going to try and make a living, you're going to start just writing any kind of junk and spam it out there so that, yeah, right, clickbait. Yeah, yes, Texas. Anything just that you can write that doesn't take much thought isn't going to be real journalism. Isn't going to be like you getting sources and coming to and finding out real information that people really care about. No, look, man, I'm just going to put something together and say, here's the best mouse for your PC, your gaming PC.
Yeah, and like also don't go to her Twitter account because apparently she's spoiling people for the game, so please avoid that, y'all. But this chick is like, this review is not to be taken seriously in any sense of the word. She's not a game reviewer. I don't even think she played the game. Now, when she finally starts talking about the game, mind you, she is still talking about her freaking youth right now. Like, girl, nobody cares about your youth, man. But she starts talking. She's like, okay. She's like, there's a what's it? Oh god, what are the words? Okay, hold on. Let me look this up.
What, the song? You talking about a song, right? Because that's sounds like where she got that from. Is it Omarion? It is Omarion. She took that from an Omarion song. Omarion needs to sue her, yo. That's plagiarism.
Oh, there's this iceberg where my heart used to be, basically.
Right.
She's like, there's a hole where this game's heart should be. You can't see it at first. You have to really feel around its edges. Stop looking for what is there and start noticing what isn't. There's no sense of place. The world is lifeless. Objectively incorrect, but okay.
Yeah.
Character models and facial animations are present, but somehow absent.
That makes no sense.
The characters are animated, but they don't feel alive. What does this mean? What does any of this mean?
It means absolutely nothing.
It means this is the kind of nonsense I would put in my college papers. Just I need to make sure I have 500 words. Let me just start typing shit, man.
Yo, look, I want to tell you what this reminded me of. When I was in college, I took a creative writing class, and we actually had a real author that I was professor. And she was completely full of herself. I couldn't stand her. But like there was this one assignment we had. She wanted us to write poetry. I had never written poetry before, and everything like I think every time we had to write poetry, I would turn something in, and she would just give me the worst grade. It was just like, slow mo, this is terrible. Can you please try harder? And so what I started writing? Trash like that. The characters are animated, but they certainly don't feel alive. The world is full of life, but lifeless. Like that kind of dumb crap is just basically contradicting what you said in the first half of the sentence with the second half. And she was like, that's progress. Great job. And I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me?
Just start writing nonsense.
Just write nonsense. This is what this is. It's nonsense. She had a word limit, and then because she didn't play the game. So she had to fill that word limit somehow. So this is what she says about the game that doesn't actually pertain to anything whatsoever about the actual game. But go ahead.
Right, just it's just superfluous, bro. It's fluff. It's fluff, man. And then she talks about the gaming rooted in anti-Semitism. A global cabal is trying to end slavery, but that's bad because slaves like being slaves. I don't even know what the story is yet. I have to actually see if this is what they're trying to do, but we'll see. She's like, it feels muddy, a minefield of unanswered questions and unexplained motivations. And speaking of which, the characters often flat out state their motivations, but they don't feel believable or even particularly coherent. All right, I will give an example. Slight spoilers for Hogwarts Legacy. Sebastian is looking for a cure to help his sister who's sick. Is that a unbelievable and non-coherent character motivation?
Don't sound very incoherent to me.
Maybe it's incoherent for people who don't know how to read. But anyway, we can just continue with that. So it says it's Hogwarts, but it doesn't feel like Hogwarts. Again, what does that mean? There's just no examples given together, right? And she's like, this game feels like it's put together to tap eager nostalgia of fans without paying any attention to anything that would make it worth playing. And I'm like, I don't think that's true at all. I think they love Harry Potter. I genuinely think that these creators love Harry Potter because they poured so much of themselves into it. I can tell. You know what I'm saying?
I can't see anyone who actually knows, like, watch any of the movies or read any of the books, actually walk around Hogwarts in that actual, like, the actual school, the castle in the game, and say, yeah, this doesn't seem like Hogwarts at all. Like, how? You got the pictures on the wall that come to life when you look at them. You got students all over the place doing their own things. There was some ghost or whatever, like annoying some kids as I was walking past like a floor. He was just being like, I don't know, he was playing a joke or whatever, but it was just like, this is typical Hogwarts stuff, like the armor, that stands in attention, moving it when you pass them and stuff is typical. Like, how is that any different than what you saw in the movies?
And then like the
It's
amount
like,
of
what's
care
the
they put
difference?
into like the dorm rooms, y'all. I need y'all to start being serious for one goddamn second here, dude. Start being serious for 1 second here. And she's like, she just says nothing of note and worthwhile about the actual game. Then she
She
starts
cannot
talking about the
talk
movies,
about
man.
a single character in the game. Look, and I've done reviews before on my channel, but like, if I'm going to say something negative about a game, I'm going to give an example of why I believe that to be so. So if I'm going to say that all the characters are one-dimensional and incoherent, I'm going to give you an example of why that is in my review. I'm going to talk about a specific character that, if anyone plays the game, they will know exactly what I'm talking about. This character is a one-dimensional piece of garbage. And this character, they spent no time in developing this character whatsoever. Like that, if you are writing a review of a game and you really did play the game, that's pretty easy to do. Write a sentence, back it up with something that actually proves you played the game.
Exactly. Now, shout out to my girl Jordan saying, not enough lube. 1 out of 10. Wired. Facts. Facts. She probably would have given it more favorable reviews if it was a sex toy instead of this game. But anyway, then she starts talking about the games. I'm like, girl, what are you talking about here? And then she starts talking about like how we should all stand together. She talks about how people in the LGBTQIA plus community are, and their allies are some of the best creative minds in the world, and these films and this game were made largely without them. I think that's a pretty big assumption. Like, you're assuming that no one on the team and no one on the team making the movies, that like all of them are straight. Come on, or all of them are cisgender. I think that's like a pretty unfortunate kind of assumption, because like, what if people are in the closet, or what if people are private about certain things and they don't want to share that aspect of them, and because they don't want to come out and say anything. Like, newsflash, we're not supposed to force people out the closet. Like, that's like a big no-no in the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm just kind of scratching my head. Like, you're making the assumption that nobody is queer on the team. You don't know that. You don't know. I mean, to be fair, she doesn't know anything about this game. But then she starts, like, mind you, I want you to understand how she fucking contradicts herself, dude. She talks about how this game and these films were made largely without queer people, but then she talks about how the games community has more queer people than you would realize. And I'm just like, so which one is it? Are we going to assume that there are just no queer people on that team? Like, we don't know that. We don't know any of that stuff, dude. And then she starts talking about how your favorite games were made by queer people. And she's like, just starts talking about like all this random shit. I'm like, all right. And then she talks about the yawning, emptiness of the heart. What is this fucking heart of darkness? Like, what's going on, man? Like, what's happening here, dude? She talks about this quiet solidarity of queer people and our allies in game development, the people who just said no when job offers came their way, the ones who didn't answer the emails from Portkey Games. Mind you, they started working on this game before JKR came out and started saying her shit, dude.
Right. So that doesn't
So
make any sense in
doesn't make any
context of what's
sense.
going on.
The ones who politely let their coworkers know that working on a Harry Potter game would be harmful to the trans community. The ones who listened and said, okay, yeah, thanks for letting me know. The people who put their morals and loved one above an easy paycheck. All right. I probably won't ever know your names, but you know who you are, because we are the champ. Okay. I see you and I appreciate you more than words can ever express. Thank you for making it easy for me to close the book on Hogwarts and Harry Potter. The magic is gone and won't ever return because without us, the wizarding world is as heartless as its creator. And I'm just like, all right. So very interesting article. All pretty much all of it is bullshit in my opinion in regards to its standing as an actual game review, but that's just my opinion on it. Um, Alex is like, there's only one reason I'm not buying the games because I don't care. Like, ugh, valid reason right there. So yeah,
Basically.
I just this entire thing has been absolutely ridiculous. To the people who made accounts or websites to track Twitch users in order to attack them for their for playing the game, to all the harassment, just everything that's going on. It's all of it's been dumb, and I just don't care anymore. I don't care about this shit, dude. In the sense that it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not like these other people. You're not gonna make me feel guilty for playing a fucking game, dude. It's just not gonna happen. Plus, my morals and my standings, like, they're not gonna be easily influenced or changed based on shit from the fucking internet. Like, you're not gonna make me question whether or not I'm an ally or whether or not I support something because I want to play a fucking game. It's just not happening, dude. So anyway, that's it. Basically, that's it, man. We're done. Okay.
Also, just to clarify a couple of things that I've seen said, not necessarily by this writer, but like other people who have been on the boycott the game bandwagon. They've been going around saying things that aren't true. The first thing is they've been saying that the developers did not care about, things that J.K. Rowling has said. Actually, when her comments about trans people first came out, they had a all hands meeting about it. This is according to like actual reporters, like real reporters who do real research and get real sources to write their articles. She should try that sometime. Who said that that's when they decided to add the trans character in the game, which is the bartender, the owner of the bar. I forgot the name of it, the name of the bar, but the owner of the
Something broomsticks, broomsticks or
yeah, the
something.
3 broomsticks. Yes, yeah, that's when they decided to add that character into the game and change the character creator so that you could make a trans character if you so choose to. Yes, Serona Ryan, that's the name of the character. That's when they decided to do that. So actually, Rawlings' comments led to the game being more inclusive instead of less inclusive. And the other thing that people are saying when this is a counterpoint to people saying, if you really care for these developers, like all you're really doing, you're not hurting J.K. Rowling, who's going to get her money regardless. You're hurting the developers who worked on the game by trying to hurt, like basically not telling people to not buy the game. And I've seen there was like a VTuber who very dismissively said they've already been paid, so what? And I'm like, again, you don't know what you're talking about, but you're speaking definitively as if you actually have real information that you don't actually have. Those developers have, and I don't agree with this practice because we've seen it happen with Gearbox, where you get like really shady people like Randy Pitchford who cook the books and make it so that you don't get paid. But Avalanche Studio, which is the actual developer working with Portkey Games in this game, their contracts with these developers that made the game, they got what happened typically, where you get paid less than the industry average, with the chance of, if the game does extremely well, you get a lot of royalties on the back end. And
Yeah,
so
Troy Levitt came out and said that it's like people are going to get bonuses tied to the game. So
right, and so the game needs to actually perform well. Which it has, and those people are the bonuses they're gonna get off this game. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be very, very happy. But it's I say it's pretty bad practice, because we've seen it happen in the reverse, where with Borderlands 3, the developers at Gearbox had the same kind of deal. That game sold 5 million in 5 days. 5 million copies in its first 5 days, and Randy Pitchford still told them it didn't meet expectations, so you're not getting your bonus. So that's like, That's the downside to how those kind of contracts work in gaming. But regardless, the point I'm getting to is that people are out here talking about things they don't know definitively in order to
Definitively.
lie
The
to
full chest,
people.
man.
Yeah, they're basically lying to you to get you to stop playing a game. And anytime someone needs to go that far in order to try to convince you that what you're doing is wrong, think about that for a moment. Well, why did you need to start bullying people? Why'd you need to start lying about things that you don't even know about in regards to this game? Why are you doing all this? Are you really on the right side of this particular issue? Not the whole social issue altogether. This particular issue with this particular game, are you really on the right side of that? I mean, like if you just look at it, take a step back, look at it in detail, you realize these people are out of their damn minds.
They're crazy, dude. Like they're
Yeah.
fucking losing it, man. All right, well, I mean, that's it. That's all I got to say about Hogwarts Legacy. Matter of fact, there's nothing else that really happened this week that I care to discuss. Unless anything else happened, really.
No.
Well, let's see. Forspoken had devs came out and acknowledged how bad the game runs and said they're going to fix it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. What else happened? Oh, the CMA with the whole ABK deal.
Oh, I definitely don't want to talk about that.
I know. Did we talk about Dreadwolf last week?
We did.
Okay. Fable apparently is playable.
There's nothing to talk about this week, I guess.
Jedi Survivor gameplay. It was
I don't
9
care.
minutes of gameplay. You don't care.
Nope. Oh, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is going to be $70. What's up, bro? What's up, Sir X-Man?
Man, you know what? Nintendo should have made it $80.
Because people would buy it regardless.
Yeah. Make it $100. Just make it $100. I say go as high as possible before your fan base finally like looks up from wherever their faces was stuck down in and realize what's happening to them. You know, like at that point, go, wait a minute, should I be spending this much money on this game? Right up to that point is where they need to sell that. So if that's $90, then do that. If you're going to sell 25 million copies this year of this game at $60, but like you're still going to sell 25 million if you raise the price to like 80, $90, you're just making additional money off of suckers. Straight suckers. Go ahead. Make it $90. Standard price. What are you going to do? Not buy it? Nintendo fans? Come on. They're going to buy it. I don't know. I don't think Nintendo went far enough. Charge them more.
They're really just doing what they can do. Shout out to Yobi, who's gifted 5 memberships. Appreciate it, my boy. So Cassie, Spencer, the Hawk, Jack, and Blue Mustang were all gifted memberships. Say thank you to everyone, please, and thanks. Appreciate you, Yobi, my boy. Thank you very much. But yeah, so
Shout out to Yobi.
Listen, I didn't even know that Nintendo guys. I mean, it does make sense that they would, but I didn't know because apparently, according to Jay Bari and Persona, Nintendo guy. Oh, and Porter Rock, Nintendo guys were like making fun of games being $70. And now there seems to be a bit of a 180 now that Tears of the Kingdom is $70. I've heard some very interesting excuses from folks. At the end of the day, the main reason why folks were okay, quote unquote okay, with games being raised $10 in price because look at the next gen improvements. But what do you think Tears of the Kingdom's gonna run at on the Switch?
What did the previous one run at?
I don't know, man.
20 frames per second, baby. Oh man, you paying 3 times what the frame rate is, 4 times what the frame rate is, baby. You know, because it's probably going to drop down to 15 at really like busy parts. Gotta love it, right?
Yeah. So I mean, were you gonna say something, Singer? No. Okay.
What?
All right. I said, were you gonna say something? Because you started talking.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be well. I mean, depends who you ask. 60 FPS for me. But yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, guys, if I don't care about this either. Like at the end of the day, me and Nintendo, I didn't see Nintendo fans going on about like the $70 thing. Um, so that's probably why my lack of interest, where my lack of interest lies. I think if I like had actually seen it and been more involved in those conversations, I would be feeling quite elated, that is, and ecstatic because I would find it very, very funny. But I didn't like. I guess I don't really follow too many Nintendo people. Like the most prominent ones being uh Chris and Sticks, and
Yeah.
now Kendra. I follow her. So
Can I do the super chat from Forte?
sure.
Okay. Don't hate slow mo. I guess he meant but I'm bought the $129.99 version of the game. I've seen one person walk into my store and cry about the price. Just one. Or maybe it's just Michigan. Yeah. I'm not crying. I actually think when Nintendo's doing the right thing as a business, and I actually applaud them. I think they should charge you more. I think the
You said don't
129.
hate, not don't cry. So
Oh, I'm not hating. I'm not hating either. I think it's a great thing that they're doing. They're making money.
mhm.
Making
Nintendo
a
are scumbags.
ton of money, and they're raiding your pockets, and you're giving it to them with a smile on your face. That's the best. That's the best way to steal from people. They should make, since you were so cool with spending $130 on basically an outdated game that could have been played on the Wii U. They should have just made that the standard price, right? $130 standard price right there. And then they could have got you for whatever the upgraded edition is, whatever you get there. I don't know, like a paper cutout of Link or something. I don't know.
I wonder
That
what you do get. Let me look it up.
Yeah, that's I have no idea what you get, but they could have made that like $160, $180.
I don't think
Since
I've
you're
ever
just
gotten
willing
a
to pay so much
collector's
more.
edition of anything, to be honest, thinking on it. I was gonna do the Elden Ring one, but then I was like, maybe not.
Also, Forte wants a Link. I think he wants to come in and defend Nintendo's honor or something.
Sure.
I mean, like I haven't gone after Nintendo. I said they are doing great.
Well, yeah, I always appreciate hearing from Nintendo fans.
They're so realistic,
Not him saying Link, just blankly, so he can. Oh man, they complain about prices, but not the performance. That's because they don't care about the performance.
They don't
Mind
care
you,
at
let me
all.
talk to you guys about this for a second. The only game I really played in depth was Fire Emblem Three Houses on my Switch, and I didn't really notice I didn't notice any bad performance, to be honest. Did you?
Nope.
In Fire Emblem Three Houses,
Mm-hmm.
the only time I know it's bad performance is when you're at Garrick Mach, the monastery
Monastery,
slash
yeah.
school. Certain
No,
areas,
I don't
especially
think I
near
ever
the
noticed it.
castle and getting towards the cathedral, the frame rate is like, man, it's bad. But like
you
outside
were
of
on the
that,
regular Switch, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I just never noticed anything when I was playing. Maybe once or twice, maybe. By the way, so you get okay, I think this is Tears of the Kingdom. You get the steel book, you get an art book, you get a poster, you get a pin set, and then you get the game. So,
All that's worth an extra $60, I guess.
mhm.
You gotta love Nintendo, man.
Okay, so True
They
Serum says,
understand their community better than any other platform.
I mean, at least they actually give their community what they want.
It's true.
So True Serum says Forte is a prime example. All that $70 Returnal talk, and now he's magically okay with $70 Nintendo games. Was Nautical not okay with Returnal being $70? I don't remember.
Yeah, he did complain about that. He did say that game
For
was
real?
not worth $70. Yeah,
He said that?
He did say that. Yeah,
Mr. Nautical?
Yes. Gaming Forte. Not
Okay, I need him to hurry up, expedition. Like, hurry your ass up, my boy. There he is. Okay, go ahead and bring. Okay.
Good grief. This profile.
No. What? I just heard my name come up at the end of this. So what was up?
So
We're
Truth
back.
Serm had a truth bomb for you. He
That's
said
fine.
that,
Go ahead.
let me scroll back up so I can say it. He said Forte is prime example. All that $70 Returnal talk, and now he's magically okay with $70 Nintendo games. Your retort, sir?
Question. What did I say about Returnal? I said
You said the
feel
game
like
was not-
no. I said I don't feel like Returnal was worth $70. But I also said that if God of War came out at $70, I would buy it day one, because that game is worth $70 to me. So I've never ever said that I don't believe games should be $70. I said I don't know why that game was $70.
He did not say that. He
That is
specifically
exactly
talked about
what I said.
He did what you just said.
I don't have a problem.
You
Wait,
created
I
a
didn't
straw
have a
man
problem.
argument, and
Okay.
then you kicked that straw man down. He
What?
never
What straw
said
man?
that you said that games aren't worth $70.
No, I did. I never said games worth
is
$70.
that you said that Returnal wasn't worth $70
To
but
me.
these Nintendo games are.
This Nintendo game is $70 because just like, guess what? It's $70 because it's worth $70 to me. I only talk about me when I'm talking about what is worth something. I've never said anything about a game isn't like, you will never hear me say, man, nobody should pay $70 for this game. Even when Returnal came out, I told people, I was like, if you want to play, I said, if y'all want to spend $70 on that game, go right ahead. What did I say?
You keep talking about $70 games in general when that's not what he said at all. He just
said that
Returnal.
I was talking about I wouldn't spend $70 on Returnal.
Yes, and so
I
instead of addressing
it
that,
wasn't worth
you
it
are
to
addressing saying that you never said that you shouldn't buy any game at $70, which is not what he said or anyone else that has been saying that you're saying. So I don't know why you keep repeating yourself on that.
So where
no one has said that?
Where do I need to defend myself at then? Because
Returnal clearly is a higher product, a higher visual fidelity, a game that's way more people
we want
to
fidelity,
make.
but Returnal's not the game that Zelda
and
is.
A game that plays at probably 3 times the frame rate, and that game
still
apparently wasn't worth $70.
And it's still a better game.
What's the better game?
And Breath of the Wild was still a better game, and this
we're not talking about Breath of the Wild. We're talking about Tears of the Kingdom.
And this, we don't know what this game's going to be yet, do we? But
you're willing to spend $130 on
you
that.
already said it's already going to win Game of the Year, just like I did. So
I didn't say that based on quality. I said that based upon the fact that these
you can't talk. You can't
award
side speak
shows are basically biased. That's why I said that.
No, you can't side speak. Either the game is going to win.
Side speak. Define side speak.
Guess what, Slummo? If the game sucks, is it going to win Game of the Year?
Yeah.
So if the game absolutely sucks and gets 8.5 out of 10s, it's going to win Game of the Year.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
But we know it won't because even the game reviewers
this is you trying to have an argument that has no basis points to it. But that's okay.
I will be fair to Forte. Value is up to you. There's some games that are 60, I don't think should be 60. There's some games that are 30 that I think should be 60 because of the quality of the product.
Man, go sit up here and tell just because.
Look how many $70 games have come out and are absolute dog shit. Right? 70 doesn't. That's just the price.
I bought Ratchet and Clank and that was $70. So it was just Returnal. I didn't feel at that time.
Ratchet and Clank's a 8-hour, 10-hour experience.
Yep, and guess what?
70?
And what did I say? And I remember on this podcast too. I said when Returnal drops to $40, I'll buy it. And what did I do? I bought it. I bought it when I felt like it was worth the money that I was going to spend on it. And guess what? Breath of the Wild, and I'm with you, Slow-Mo. They could have charged $100 for this game. Well, for me, I spent $129, so it didn't matter because when I see something that I want, I'm gonna buy it. I don't care what the price of it is.
All I said is they should charge you more.
If they was to come out and put out a
charge you more.
If they was to come out and charge $200 for a copy of Chrono Trigger, you'd be right there with your hand out. Which how much more do you want from me?
Maybe.
No,
But
that's
that ain't-
you
but
already
that's
know.
not
It's
You
not
already
even a
know.
maybe.
No,
It
baby.
is.
You already said
But
you
that's
would do
not
it.
happening, and we don't
No,
have
but
that
you already
scenario
said
because
you would
Square
do it.
Enix isn't smart enough to realize they should make a Chrono Trigger remake. So you're
No,
talking
yeah,
about
but
Fantasyland.
you already said because you already
You're
said you would
talking
do
about
it.
Fantasyland.
You said
We're
there's
here
no
in
dollar amount I
reality
would
where
put
you
on
spent
it.
$130 easy for basically a bunch of crap they threw in a box and the game.
But isn't that all collector's edition?
Is that all collector's editions?
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
What's the variation? They give you
Other
a
collectors,
statue.
people be getting like weapons from the game and stuff and all kinds of
That's
crap like
one.
that.
That's
Huh?
one. And guess what? The God of War collector's edition you're talking about, like God of
the
War's
Final
collector's
Fantasy VII
edition, was
remake gave you
$200.
the freaking Buster Sword and stuff. Like people get cool stuff with
How much
collector's
was that?
editions
How much was
sometimes.
that? Listen,
I
It's
don't-
300.
oh, you know
I
what?
don't
How
know.
much was
I
that
don't
collector's
care.
edition from Final
I
Fantasy
don't
VII
care
remake?
how much it was. They gave you something
No.
Slow-mo, the
substantial
price
that
matters.
with
matter.
collector's
No,
edition.
the price matters.
$329 to get that
Versus
collector's edition from
130,
Final
so-
Fantasy that came
You
with
got
Cloud on a
something
motorcycle.
substantial with it. You didn't
Yes,
get a bunch of
that
crap
makes.
in a box.
I understand what you're saying, but you paid for that substantial thing. Like,
You're
you know,
paying for this unsubstantial
okay,
thing.
if I could finish my point. Okay.
Y'all,
I
all
could-
three of y'all cut me off, so I'm like,
I
I'm
don't
saying.
care, honestly. But anyway, so
Okay,
ga-
I also don't care.
good. I'm glad you don't. So
Okay, so we both don't care. That's great.
good. I'm glad.
Oh my
I'm glad
God.
too.
I'm glad too.
Be gladder.
Be gladder.
I'm
Be
glad.
happier.
I'm happy.
Okay, great.
Yes, I love
so
it.
anyway, love you too, buddy. So the game, like a collector's edition being 130 versus it being 330, like okay, of course you get something more substantial with that. That makes sense.
I mean, even the Callisto Protocol, which was $200, with $250 came with a statue in the box with it. You know, the more.
Matter of fact, thinking on, sorry to interrupt, but
No, go ahead.
don't like most of the collector's edition that come with cool stuff like that, aren't they more expensive than
Yeah,
this,
yep.
this thing?
The Cyberpunk, the Cyberpunk 2077 statue, that collector's edition was $300.
That was trash.
But it was still $300.
Look, all I'm saying is Nintendo should have charged y'all more. And all of a sudden, it's like there's something wrong with me saying that.
Oh, I'm
more.
not. It's nothing wrong with you
No one
saying
said
that you
there's
charge
anything
more.
wrong with you saying that.
I have
As
no
soon as
problem.
I said that, first it was like, Link, send me a link.
No, I just said send me a link because you kept talking about how, you know, Nintendo fans, this is their fault and everything. Like, absolutely, you know, and just like I told you before,
How was I
Nintendo
wrong?
fans, Nintendo fans
Where am I
see the
wrong?
value in the things that they buy, and we don't complain about the price.
Maybe if y'all complained about shit, then your fucking Switch wouldn't be playing games at 5 frames per second.
I don't care, but guess what? I'm
If
not
y'all
complaining
did
about.
complain
I'm not
stuff,
complaining about the way the
maybe
games
you
play
would
on
have
my Switch.
achievements or trophies. If y'all did complain about stuff, maybe you have an online that actually worked. If y'all did complain
Guess
about
what,
stuff,
Slow-Mo?
maybe
Guess what?
they wouldn't have finally patched in Bluetooth like 3 years after the thing came out when it was a firmware update to give it to you. If y'all did complain about stuff, maybe y'all would have
so
better
this system came
hardware
out.
right
So
now.
has this system changed since 2017? Slow-Mo? Has this
literally
system
chose not to give y'all better hardware because it was like the Switch is selling so much, they're buying one for even homeless people on the streets out here. Why would we give them better hardware? It's just going to cut into the already great margins that we're making. No, let's not give them better hardware. They like the trash that we already gave them. If y'all actually cared about the things that you claim you really care about, then maybe they wouldn't treat you like, you know,
what they treat me. They don't treat me like anything.
I did want to say that me and Slow-Mo are being hyperbolic in case anyone takes us seriously.
Oh yeah. No, Slow-Mo's for real.
What?
Slow-Mo's for real about everything he's saying right now.
I could agree with that.
He's definitely.
Well, he's not for real about people buying the homeless people Switch.
No. That's
why I'm
hyperbolic.
noting that aspect of it. And when I said 5 frames per second, I was being hyperbolic there. I don't know any games that run at 5 frames per second on the Switch.
It probably is on the Switch.
15 though.
Surprised.
Absolutely 15. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's a couple of them probably. But listen, Slow-Mo, listen. I understand what you're saying. It's fine. You can't want more than what other people want for themselves. And what other people want for themselves is just to sit back and say, Nintendo, keep giving me product and I will keep buying it. no matter what. And this system
No
came
matter
out in
what.
27. Listen, this system came out in 2017. Slow mo.
You hear that?
It has seen
raise
minimum.
the price.
No,
Look,
it's seen
I agree with
minimum.
you. You're going
minimum.
to do that, and all I'm saying to Nintendo is, yo, Forte got more money to take from. So he still got some money in his
They
pocket.
already doing that, slow mo.
So
they
like,
do, you know how they do. They
Nintendo,
already doing that. They're doing what you want them to do right now.
Charge him more. No. I think
they're
the
already
$10
doing
is not
that.
enough. It's not enough.
What else you want them to do?
They need to charge you to the point where you start to question, should I be buying this?
Why would they? You want them to push us to you want them to push us to a state where we don't want to buy Nintendo products no more.
Right
basically.
before you get to that point, because clearly there's some margin there. Because, like, I mean, you guys are just spending money willy-nilly, even on cardboard, right? So just
not the Lavo call out.
Well, I didn't buy it. Well, listen, I ain't buy the cardboard.
I will say though,
Sony they sold it.
Sony will be the first one to put them up to 80, and then Nintendo will follow suit.
Listen, all I know is, for me, price has never been a problem with something that I want. If it's something, it's just like anything else in this world. If you want it, you're gonna go out and spend the money on it. And the one thing that Nintendo, and listen, I'm a capitalist. And listen, myself and a lot of other people are capitalists, because guess what? When Nintendo releases a product, we know not only next week, in a month, 2 months from now, even a year later, that product is still going to have an inherent value to it, and we can sell it for as much as we almost paid for it.
All right, so shout out to my boy Sycamore. Big dono from the boy saying King Slow-Mo has spoken. Okay, please don't lead into this guy's ego.
Sycamore can ride with that boy if he want to.
That man said what he had to say.
Listen, he can ride with you if he want to, man. Us Nintendo fans are going to sit over here and just bask in the glory of all the great stuff that Nintendo gives us every year.
The great stuff, yeah.
Yes, the great stuff.
I mean, they do good games, apparently.
Every year, apparently.
Well, I mean, there must be good games because they outsell every other first-party game on Earth.
So, that's true, yeah.
And literally, they're about to be the number one sold console in the world in the next 2 years.
With the Switch in 2017, were these the same level quality games when the Wii U was dying?
Okay, so what are you trying to say? What's the difference between?
But my point is that where was the 35 million copies sold for first party games back when the Wii U needed that support?
What was the number for right before that when the Wii came out? But guess what, Slow-Mo? No,
the Wii that sold the Wii that sold a bunch of hardware but no software. That Wii,
but didn't we? What you mean no hardware, no software? They sold a crap ton of software on that system.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
The biggest thing.
Do you know what Mario Kart sold on that system? Do you know what Smash Brothers sold on that system?
How many? I'm sorry to interrupt. How many Wii U's were out?
They only sold 13 million.
13 million
before they gave up.
All right, I'm looking at the Wikipedia. I don't think your point stands, Slow-Mo, because the attachment rate was still extremely high.
Really high on that system.
In terms of their first party. So even though they only sold 13 million, like Mario Kart 8 sold 8.46 million. So that ratio is like
13 million Switches just as we were having this conversation. So honestly, that's the fact that like where we're all about this support.
But they do, like, Nintendo fans do support their IPs.
Yeah.
So is it only 13 million Nintendo fans?
No, I think a lot of other factors went into the Wii U not selling well, which you are aware of.
Yeah. I've talked about that multiple times. But what I'm saying is that
what I'm saying is the Nintendo fans who are actually fans of these games in the system, they went out and they bought these games even though the Wii U was not selling well, which adds credence to Nautical's point that yes, Nintendo fandom when it comes to the attachment rate versus copies sold, they are the highest when it comes to their exclusives.
I did not doubt that.
That was the argument he was making, though. So I don't know why you're making your argument. But like, why are you making your argument then? If that's not what he was talking about,
I was making my argument to argue.
Okay.
Clearly,
in the show.
Okay, so we can just get the fuck up out of here. Let's go ahead and end this up.
Clearly. Is what
Okay.
I'm doing here.
So
Oh,
just
in the
And
show.
charge them more, please.
okay.
Oh man, they already doing that by bringing out 4 different versions of the Switch every year.
So yeah. Anyway, we can just move on from that. But yeah, Nintendo fans actually support like their games, their IP. So that's really impressive. That's really impressive because like, didn't the Xbox One sell like I don't know 30 million or something, and they couldn't even dream of getting that amount of
I think
people
the
to even
official,
okay, let me
unofficial
stop.
number because they never like there's like 50 for the Xbox One, but
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think nothing first party sold more than like 5 million. I think maybe like Halo Guardians or Gears 5 may have been like 5 or 6 million or something like that. That may have been like the highest sold first party game
I think Halo 3 was the highest, which was like
Yeah.
I
on
think it
the
was like
Xbox One.
oh
Oh,
no,
no,
that's
no.
Xbox 360. I was talking across
Yeah.
No, yeah, we're
360
talking
and
about the
Xbox
one.
One. Oh,
Yeah.
Xbox One, who knows, man? They ain't putting no numbers out there.
I will say on that subject though, I was having this conversation with Puderock on Twitter, and it's like Nintendo has the greatest first party. Like if you're talking strictly just whether it doesn't matter
Just
which
sales.
metric you want to go.
The only metric you're using is sales, really. Honestly.
Well, I'm meta. I mean, but yeah, meta's
Yeah,
whatever.
meta and sales actually
But
matter.
like,
Yeah,
it's like
those are good, especially with measurements. Yeah, those are good.
because
Go ahead.
we were talking about Sony's most successful, and it was Spider-Man. But they said the 33 million is Miles Morales, 2018 and 2018 remastered combined.
That's 33 million combined for those two games.
Those all three.
That's like a Pokemon release.
Yeah, you
It's
know,
like
right?
one Pokemon release, and that game is trash. And even Pokemon fans is like, this game sucks. They still spent
I mean,
33 million copies. Man.
Scarlet and Violet isn't the best, but it's what like 20 million already, and it's only been out for what a month. Like,
What?
it's
Did y'all hear that plane?
no.
No,
Okay, I'm sorry. Apologies.
But yeah, we're having that conversation. It's like it's undisputed that Nintendo guys support Nintendo hard, and they speak with their wallets.
and I'm saying Nintendo is leaving money on the table.
Leaving money on the table.
They
Well, I
can
mean,
charge
Oh,
more.
look at that! Look at that angle. Okay, King, I see you looking good.
He wants the side.
Yeah.
Or
See this
diagonal.
Let's see. 35 years of Mario, baby.
How much that cost you? Like $500?
Free.
Free?
Free.
See Nintendo?
Free.
Not charging. He got that for free somehow. He shouldn't get that for free.
Not charging enough, huh?
Somehow.
Not charging enough, huh?
You know how he got it.
I know how you got it. You got it from GameStop. You know,
I
So
did.
it fell
anyway,
off the back of a truck.
Probably did.
but yeah, shout out to Sycamore and all you guys hanging out. Let's go through each channel member topics and let's get out of here. Again, not too much happened this week, guys, and I decided to change the formula up for 2023 because I'm not talking about shit I don't want to talk about anymore. Okay,
Facts.
I'm not talking about anything I don't want to talk about anymore. Never again. It's just not going to be mentioned. All right.
When were we doing that?
I said not
Okay,
we.
When were you doing that?
Let's see
though?
here. Let me go look at some old topics that like had me snoozing. Because there are
Man,
quite
she
a few.
shut down every topic Slumber was saying earlier. She was like, no, don't care.
Like, especially if you really stop and think about like those moments where I would go dead silent and you guys would not hear me for about 40 minutes because y'all were talking about something I really just did not care about. Let's see here.
Man, she went to go run a strike in Destiny during all that time.
I cared about that. I don't care about this. Oh, we talked about Shrey and As Dusk Falls. I really didn't care about that. We talked about. Let's see here. Not this. Not this. Not here. Are these all my videos? Okay, yeah. So we talked about the Witcher 3 update patch. I really didn't care about that. Talked about Halo Infinite. Oh, no, I did care about that. We talked about Square Enix selling off Western Studios. I did not care about that. Let's see here. Talked about... no, I didn't care about that. talked about the NPD for February. We talked about that. So yeah, like Gran Turismo reviews. I didn't care about that. So yeah, so like I would have topics I didn't care about, but they were relevant to the community, so I'd bring them up. Everything about that goddamn Activision Blizzard deal after like the first announcement, I definitely did not care about that shit. And anything involving PC gaming, 100% don't care about that. So those were the things that we used to talk about where I was like, yeah, this is pretty boring, but whatever. You know, you guys care about it, but I don't, so we'll have it. But anyway, I'm out of there with that. Okay, so Smitty. Shout out to that guy, Smitty. If you guys want to submit topics for the show, just you can become a member of the channel. But yeah, Smitty said top 5 superheroes: Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Let's see here: Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Supergirl, Wonder Woman. Yeah, y'all.
Top 5 superheroes. Spider-Man. Oh man.
You're
Okay,
a big
hold
Marvel
on.
fan, so
Yeah, I am a big Marvel fan. But I'm trying to like Wolverine. You know what? Okay, this might be a little bit left field. Iceman. So that's 3.
Okay.
Thor, 4, and then for the 5th, I think I might go Image Comics here. Savage Dragon, just cause.
Right, mind you, when someone names all of these characters, he's talking about the comics. So
yeah, definitely not like MCU or DCEU stuff. Talking about just the comics. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Superman, Spider-Man, Wolverine. Now we're getting into the weeds. Gambit. Love Gambit, actually. Jeez, I love Gambit. And Phoenix. I am a huge Dark Phoenix fan. Love the comic books. Loved all that.
Oh, big Madeline Pryor fan, huh?
Yeah, man. It was those are the days.
What about you, Singer? Do you have any superheroes?
I mean, don't really pay too much attention to it. It's not really my thing, but I guess I do enjoy Wolverine. I enjoy.
You don't have to think of 5 if you don't have any.
I have 5 that I've enjoyed at some point. I just don't follow comics too much. I'd say, okay, Wolverine. I'd put Iron Man, Thor, Batman, and I would say Flash.
I wanted to put Iron Man in my top 5, but that would only be because of the MCU movies, not because of the comics.
Okay.
And I kind of tied mine to the comics like Slow-Mo did.
All right. Well, Black Dragon says for them Wolverine, Spider-Man, Batman, Ghost Rider, and Nightwing. Blade X says Spider-Man, Batman, Blade, Thor, and Goku. I would have included anime.
Wait a minute, TMNT.
I should have thought about anime.
I didn't even think about the turtles, man. I didn't even think about the turtles. That would have been number 1.
Okay, Brian says Wolverine, Batman, Spider-Man, Hulk, TMNT. Blade X includes Black Panther. Phil says I can't think of 5 because most of them, my favorites are teams. Geekhead said Superman, Red Hood, Flash, Dr. Fate, Spider-Man, Mr. Miracle.
Man, if we're extending it, if we kept it to comics, if
we took it to like anime, like
if
my
I was
list would
to
be
extend
different.
it past comics, it would have been like Optimus Prime, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It would have been all types of crazy stuff.
Megatron would have been number. Oh no, actually, it'd have to be Optimus Prime.
It would have been Optimus Prime.
Yes, sir. Optimus Prime, number 1.
Yeah. So I mean, he never specified.
Voltron.
He just said superhero. So
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, cool. let's move on to because if I were to do anime, I would need to sit down and think about it because I don't know.
Oh, anime's easy.
For your heroes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, Deku.
Go ahead.
So they just have to be heroes. They don't have to be superheroes. Yeah.
Yeah, heroes good for
Okay.
you.
Heroes. All right.
What's the difference
Well-
between a superhero and a hero?
Superheroes have powers.
Well, heroes
That's
have
the
powers.
traditional difference, I would always say. you
Well,
know.
then won't Goku be a superhero because he has powers?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck it. Okay. Optimus Prime.
Okay.
Okay. Optimus Prime number 1.
Absolutely.
I would have. What? Actually, no, because that wouldn't count as a power. No. I was going to say Yugi, but no, that wouldn't count as a power.
You could bring up Prime.
technically does have
bring up Hot Rod, Rodimus Prime.
Yeah.
No. Well, we're only having one for
No,
Transformers.
we ain't got we ain't got room
yeah.
for 2 of them.
Yeah, we ain't got room for
Rodimus
2.
Prime was handed the mantle.
He fought for that, man.
Man, he was
Nah,
handed
nah.
that mantle at the beginning.
He was handed
No,
that.
it was handed to that other dude that got this mantle in like 5
No,
seconds.
that's true. What was his
It wasn't
name? I
Gan-
forget his name.
who-
He didn't
no one
last
even
that
knows that
long.
guy's name. He was so
He
irrelevant.
didn't even make just 2 minutes into the show. He got torn apart.
But yeah, either way. So Optimus Prime, then a Yugi, I guess it does count as a superpower because
Yeah,
Pharaoh.
because like Yugi is a benevolent character who has superpowers. So
Yeah, okay. So I'd put Yugi in there, and then I would put ooh, you know what? I'd have to throw in Goku.
yes, Goku counts as a superhero technically.
Then I'd have to throw in what's yeah, it would count, wouldn't it? The dude from Death Note.
Light
Yeah.
Yagami is not a superhero.
He's not a superhero though. Come on.
Okay.
It says benevolent character.
He gonna name the guy from that redo of Healer next.
Oh man,
No.
come on.
I'm not gonna do that. No.
My
My
no.
favorite superhero.
Man, he gonna start
Kayagua,
naming
whatever
it.
the fuck that dude's name is.
He gonna handle Smith from the A team and
Yaru-
stuff in a minute.
Kayaru? Okay. Anyway,
Yeah. Don't worry about him. That's not superhero. Then I'd probably have to bring up Naruto.
Believe it.
Believe it.
And then, I mean, Luffy is an easy shoe-in, but I don't want to go that hard.
Were the Care Bears heroes?
You
Yes.
know what?
I was about to say the Care Bears were heroes.
I'll go with Anos Voldigo. Actually, no. Would he be? No,
I don't know I don't know what that's from.
The gummy bears. Remember how the gummy bears
Misfit-
drink
Misfit
that little
from-
gummy juice and they
The
be
gummy
bouncing
juice.
off the walls, man.
It's an anime called
That stuff
Misfit
was
of
liquid
Demon
crap.
High.
Hey man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like, that would be like an ecchi or something just by that name.
Oh,
No,
man, they
no. It's not. It's not an ecchi. It's I mean, it's a demon lord, and all that kind of thing. But he's actually a benevolent, good guy. So I would count him as a superhero because it's not like he's not super evil. So, but he has superpowers, and he likes peace and all that kind of shit.
What about All Might?
Yes, All Might is a superhero.
All Might. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's definitely a superhero. I just want to know if Singer will put him on his list.
He
only
wouldn't be
5
top 5. He wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't be top 5.
Why
he
not?
definitely he definitely wouldn't be top 5 for me either.
Why?
Yeah, no. Like,
I mean,
Why?
why?
he
What?
smiles
He sucks.
through
So
everything.
slow mo. It sounds like you got to. It sounds like you got to revise top 5. Then now that we expanded.
No,
this.
I mean, I don't have a top 5 superheroes of anime list, but I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out, stuff for the sake of argument.
Okay.
know what?
we
You
can
know
move
what?
on then.
Natsu Dragoneel.
Just go.
Oh,
Actually-
okay. From Fairy Tail.
Kurito. Here we
Hero
go.
from Sword Art Online.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, you'd
Okay.
be a superhero.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah. All right. So top 5 Dragon Age party members in terms of personality and gameplay. For Phil, it's for personality, Morrigan, Aveline, Varric, Alistar, and Leliana. For gameplay, Sarah, Aveline, Dorian, Meryl, and Morrigan. So here is my list. and Slow-Mo will do his, and then I'll do my channel members, and we'll scatter. Unless
You got
he
Meat Puppet.
played.
Did you do Meat Puppets?
Oh yeah, we'll do his too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did either of you play Dragon Age Origins?
No.
I did, but I can't remember much from it.
Okay.
I'm actually currently replaying it.
Nice. Like that's what I like to hear.
Good
All right.
for you.
So, I'm sorry.
I'm replaying it because it's fully modded now. Like I got all the mods and all the bells and whistles.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, my I have it on PC as well, and mine is modded too. So, all right. So in terms of personality, Bethany, Leliana, okay, Morrigan, Dorian, and Isabella. And then in terms of gameplay, Morrigan, Dorian, Cassandra, Meryl, and Isabella. In my typical team that I usually run when I play through the games, I play with Leliana, Wynn, and Morrigan. For Act 1 of Dragon Age 2, I play with Bethany, Meryl, and Isabella. The rest of the game, I have Fenris, Meryl, and Isabella. I never use Sten or Zevron. I never use Anders. It's not like I dislike either Sten or Zevron. I just don't use them. I never use Anders because I fucking hate Anders. I think Aveline is boring. Varric's my dude, but I like the other characters more. And then my first playthrough of Inquisition, I used Solus, but he broke my heart, so I never use Solus anymore. I never used Cole because I had no interest in him, and I'm not all that interested in Vivian as a character either. So.
Okay. For personality, what I chose were characters that, I mean, their personalities were okay, but it's what they provided to the story more than anything. And I will always have them in my party because I know the comments they may say and just in general in conversation. So I had Alistar, Isabella, Iron Bull, Solus, and Varric. And so like their personalities are all like pretty good to just decent at least, but like they always, especially when there's a lot of the stories were revolved around things that involve them, they provide way more to the story than other characters. Gameplay wise, Wynn, Aveline, Alistar, Morrigan, and Isabella. And you know it's like two of those is tanks because like the way I play Dragon Age, I always have a tank to draw aggro from my my crit damage warrior or rogue in my mages. So like having Aveline and Alistar in the first two games were essential to my party because they were the kind of like the linchpin to how it all worked. I actually had another list, the most useless, because I would never use these characters ever. Sten, useless. He sucks as a tank. He sucks as a damage dealing warrior. Blackwall, useless. Meryl, useless, and she sucks. And she's the worst elf ever. And Anders,
worse than Solus?
Yeah, I think she's worse than Solus because at least Solus knew what he was doing. Meryl didn't know what she was doing.
She didn't know what she was doing. She was just in denial about it.
No, she didn't. She didn't know it was going to turn out the way it did. At least Solus knew he had a game plan from the very start. Meryl's just
not a very good game plan.
Not a very good game plan, but he had a game plan. Meryl's just denying things that people are telling her straight up, and then it happens exactly the way they said it did. She's an idiot.
Well, that's why I said, like, she knew. She just was in denial.
She didn't believe though. Like
again,
people told her these things. She wasn't in denial because in denial was like, I know what you're saying is true, but I'm just going to ignore it. Like, no, she was just like, no. When I'm doing this still right. And like, you're not right, dummy. And anyway, she sucks. I know you like her, but she sucks.
I do like her, yeah. Girl.
And who else? Oh, Anders, because he's a terrorist, and he's also
insufferable.
Yeah, he's the kind of person that's like he's like these boycotters of Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, yeah. He's just like that. And
in terms of personality, not comparing the terrorism aspect of it.
Oh yeah, shoot, yeah, let me not start. Just the personality. And Zephyron, because Zephyron is like most useless when you first meet the character. You can execute him or choose to have him with your party. But either way, it changes nothing for the game. Yes, he's useless. Like, I mean, it just is what it is.
Bet. Okay, so Mood Puppet says, "What's the dumbest thing you saw someone else do? It can be in person or online. Dumbest thing I saw someone do. Call people out for being racist, only to have racist stuff that they said in the past too. You know, I think that's pretty fucking stupid. That's the most recent dumb thing I've seen somebody do. Most recent in terms of years. Like, I saw at least 4 or 5 people in the last year and a half call someone else out for being racist, only for it to turn out that they also said racist stuff in the past, and it got like exposed. So it's just like this chain of people exposing each other, where it's like, ha, you said racist shit too. And it's like, no, ha, you also said something racist. And it's just like ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Like, shut the fuck up, honestly. Everyone should just mind their business and keep their mouth shut with the acting super self-righteous with that shit, because like, especially, like, who forgets that they said racist shit, man? I don't even understand that stuff, dude. Or not even solely racist stuff, just words that you know you're not supposed to be using that can come back and bite you in the ass. So that's the most, like, that's the dumbest thing I've seen people do in the last like year and a half. In terms of like dumb in general, I don't know. Like, my coworkers, some of my old coworkers would like piss me off with some of the things I would see them do. You know, just really irritate me. So, like, you know. Yeah, pretty much that. Rest of you?
I have 2. Dumbest thing and both of these things were things that happened offline. The first one is one of my friends. We were all young. This is like early 20s. His brother had a taser, and for some reason he decided to tase his cell phone while he was holding it.
Yeah, brainlet.
That was, yeah. So the first time he did it, it shocked him, and he went, oh, and he did it again, and like messed up, hit the nerves in his left hand, and destroyed his phone at the same time. And we were just like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Like, that was really stupid. So the other one happened in college, and me and my roommate went to go hang out with these group of girls, and they invited us up to their apartment. We walk in, and clearly there's like tension in the room, and we were just like, what the heck is going on? And they just like, one of them was arguing with the rest of them. Of course, she was the hottest one, but like, long story short, she's arguing with them because they're telling her that she thinks she is getting back at this guy that she was hooking up with, but she wasn't. So the guy, like, she'd been sleeping with this dude, and the dude told, like, she wanted to know where this was going, and the dude was like, nowhere. You're basically just something to shove my dick into. Like, I don't really want any more out of this. She was upset. So she called herself getting back at him by inviting him over, screwing his brains out, and then telling him to leave.
Yeah.
And they're trying to explain to her, you just like, basically just gave him what he wanted.
Yeah, who wanted this scenario?
He doesn't care. You just hurt yourself again. And she's like, she's looking at me and my roommate like, okay, you're guys, do you see what I'm talking about here? I'm like, child, no, this is not what you want. My roommate, on the other hand, was thinking on his feet, and he said, you know, I see where you were going with that, but let's go a step further. You should sleep with someone else to get back at him. And you know where this is going, right?
Yeah.
So he was sleeping with her for a while, right? And she was definitely like calling this dude like accidentally so that he would hear them. Yeah. She's dumb. She's dumb.
Pretty dumb. Holy shit. Yeah. That's funny though. Rest of you two?
Man. Not really something dumb, just craziness. And this actually happened a couple of days ago at work. I had a person walk into my store, and he wanted to trade in a system. And I'm like, okay. So he has like an original Xbox One from 2014. It was like, hey, want to trade that? I said, well, you got to have the cables for it. and the controller and everything else. He said, "Oh, I thought you guys just defected it out without this." I said, "No, we still need it." He said, "Well, can you do another thing for me too?" Then I was like, "Okay, sure." He sits it on my counter in front of me. It was like, I don't know if you just need to tap on it or something, but I need you to check to make sure I got all of the creepy crawlers out of it. And I, slow. I was sitting there, like the look on my face. I don't even know what it looked like, but he said, I was like, "What?" And he was like, yeah, I just cleaned it out. It was some stuff. It was some creepy crawlers inside of it. And I just want to make sure I got them all. So it's a possibility that you can check it and make sure. I was like,
I hope you said no.
I said, like the word H, like hell was about to come out my mouth. And I was like, no, we don't do that here. And he's like, "Oh, okay. I thought you guys did." And I was like, no, but there's probably other places that will, but I don't know any of them off the top of my head. And he's like, "Oh, no worries." And so he said, "Well, I'm about to put this in my car and I'm gonna come back and shop in the store and look and see if there's anything I need." And and he heard me. I said, "I don't even know if I want you to come back in here." And he was like, he said, "Excuse me." I say, "Sir, honestly, why would you think that somebody would want to help clean out a system that you purposely said had stuff inside of it?" I said, "Please make that make sense to me." And he was like, "Well, I just wanted to," he said, "if you never ask, you never know what the person's going to tell you." I was like, "Well, I'm telling you what I'm telling you. You might not want to go anywhere else and ask that same question." Just the fact that this man walked in here and told me he had creepy crawlers in his system and wanted me to clean it out, I was like, "Nah, bro. Craziness."
Yeah,
but that's the world we live in.
Just throw that in the dumpster somewhere, bro.
Yeah, I was like, "I don't even want you to come back in here, bro."
So for me, two really dumb things.
Jesus,
all right.
Gregor, I saw your post. Jeez, dude, holy shit. All right, go ahead, Singer.
So yesterday when I was out shopping, there is typically in the store there is a way in and then there's a way out, and the doors, if you try to go the way in, it clearly states the doors won't open, right? Because there's a sensor on the front. Okay, cool. So you go in through the left, you come out through the right. This woman was asking for a manager because she was trying to go the wrong way out. The doors weren't opening. She's like, "The doors aren't opening." And I'm like, so there's two giant red signs saying no, no way out. There is no way. And there is signs saying arrows pointing this way. And so, I just carried on about my business. Like, oh, I didn't even know people can't read. Okay, cool. Wow. Simple instructions. And then the other one was, I couldn't help but laughing at this lady. She was clearly in a rush. Because where I live on a hill. Clearly in a rush because she pulled up, got out of the car, and she didn't put the handbrake on, so the car started rolling down the hill slowly but surely. And she got to the door.
That's crazy.
Got the door, and you just see the car go down. So, she immediately turned around, panicked, ran off the car. Obviously, we helped, harass the car, like slow it down before, obviously. But I was like, remember, can you just put the handbrake on before you get out of the car? I'm sure whatever it is, you could quickly lift the handbrake up, but clearly not. So,
Bet. All right, let me get these channel members and let's get the fuck up out of here, dude.
That's nuts.
Great show, guys. Thanks so much for coming through. Appreciate the boys for stopping in. Appreciate everyone in chat. Appreciate the donations. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate everyone who watches later. All right, so Cassie, Hawk, Jack, Spencer, and Blue Mustang were gifted memberships from Yobi, so shout out to him. King Metrochan, Lino, JB, Meat Puppet, Scrotum, Phil, Alex, DQ, John the Don, Smokes, Jorenza, Stardust, Outlaw, Risk It, Red, Stone, Dexflex, Starbuck, Drav, Kenny, DC, Texas, Shogun, Mike, It's Me Baby, Big Daddy, that guy Smitty, Long Game Larry, Iman, Plus Plus on the Block podcast. El Huito, Bless, Subnegros or X-Man, Yobi, MJ, Jazzy, Erodimus, and Bandy, Damian, Dom, Strictly, Sir Duck, Sycamore, Zion, and Albriski, Corey, Light Strife, who is Light Gamer, J Bari, Arcade, Pepitio, Nautical, Jet, Brandon, NVDub, Jarrell, Slumble, and Hannibal. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you boys and girls so much. Love you guys so much. And do some outros, Nautical.
Yo, Gaming 14 everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, Xbox Live, and PlayStation. DPS podcast will be this week on my channel. Make sure you go check it out. Last week on Slow Mos was a great time. And
Sure
have a good
was.
weekend. We will see you guys next time.
All right. Singer.
Great show, great panel. You can catch me everywhere playing the latest and greatest Nintendo games in glorious 60 FPS.
Glorious.
And yeah, you can find me at Destiny everywhere. And yeah, see you all later.
All right, Slow.
Yo, great show as usual. Had a lot of fun as usual. Shout out to the chat. You guys are awesome, especially those who've been, heaping lots of praise my way. Keep it up. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Yes. And enjoy your weekend. Play some games. Stop playing Twitter.
I just think it's really cute because normally you're like, normally you're just like, your chat is just full of your dick writers, Luca.
What? When did I say?
You've said that.
I have not said that in 2 years.
You've said it like 2 months ago, man.
I did not say that. That is
so
not
As
true.
soon as they start saying, "Oh, Slow-Mo's right about something," you start acting up.
Some hating, Luca. Like, you chat showed me some love, then you guys started to talk about things I said. I said that 2 years ago.
All right, it was 2 months ago, but whatever.
And clearly, nobody here right now were anyone that I was speaking about. Clearly.
Yeah, okay, buddy. All right. So anyway, I'll catch you guys later. He said fuck clicks.
Oh, nuts.
Oh my goodness, y'all. You sending me. All right, I'll catch y'all later. For some more videos throughout the week. She's like, Phil Spencer taking it public, sir. That was actually Mr. Jim Ryan. But anyway, but I'll catch y'all later. And for some more videos throughout the week. All right, peace.
That's funny.